Hello, I'm glad you're with me. This is my guide to first-time home buyers. Guide to first-time home buyers. What I do is I take the word home ownership and I'm going to give you a point for each of the letters in home ownership. But before we did that, what we talked about first was a guide for first-time was who can be a first-time home buyer. I want to just remind you that who can be a first-time home buyer does not necessarily mean just people who are buying for the first time. If you haven't owned a principal residence in 3 years, if the house you lived in or you owned wasn't really a house, there's some little tricks that'll allow you to be a homeowner, even a first-time homeowner, considered a first-time homeowner, even if it's not your first home. Okay, tips to home ownership, how to prepare. The first thing I talked about was hustle, hustle, hustle. It's really all about right thinking. I want to make sure that your thinking is about believing that it's about believing that hustle matters, working hard matters. Okay, the second thing is organize. I want you to organize your money, organize your paycheck, organize your tax return so that you know where the money goes before you spend it. You plan where it's going to go before you spend it. The third thing we're going to talk about is the M, and the M is not millionaire, the M is monthly. I want you to look at your finances every single month. Have any of you heard about the automatic millionaire? Now, in my monthly money review, one of the things that I do is try to see, have I automated everything that I can? Because David Bach and the Automatic Millionaire taught me a lot. It's worth reading that book. But you can automate your retirement. You can automate your savings. You can automate your emergency fund. You can automate your savings for a specific trip. Like if you want to go to Hawaii in 2 years, then you set it up to where you have automatically $50 every month gets transferred from one account to the other account. You name that account, Hawaii trip. So automating your savings for retirement, for emergency funds, for a trip, for whatever, it's a really good way to manage your money. You can also automatically set up your mortgage payment. You can automatically set up your power bill. You say, Josh, but my power bill goes up and down. I know. What I do is you can get the power company to give you a standard payment every month and where it gets reconciled at the end of the year. Or you can just say, I know what it is approximately. I'm going to pay that much every month. And, as I go through the summer, it'll be high. Or as I go through the winter, it'll be high, depending on how you heat the house. But you get the idea. Set it up to where it's automatic. Then every month, what I do is I use two notebooks. I use this one and I use this one. So two notebooks every month. They're different sizes. They're very different. But in them, what I have is very similar. Right here, this one has February. So on February the 1st, I did my monthly money review. On March the 5th, I did the same thing. So I set my alarm for the 1st in my calendar. So every month at the 1st, it says, do your monthly money review, pay bills. And so I write down, how much money do I have in First Citizens? How much money do I have in Wood Forest? How much money do I have in this Capital One account? How much do I have in this Capital One account? How much did I use on my credit card this month? How much did I use in my Lowe's card this month? And I write every single expense down. I write every single bill down, from power bill to gas bill to water bill to every single bill down. And then I pay every single bill. Now I pay off my credit card at the end of every month, or around the 1st to the 5th of every month. I pay it off in full. I use a credit card. My wife uses a credit card, and we pay them off every month in full. But because I'm doing a monthly money review, I know exactly how much I'm spending. I know exactly how much I've got left in my bank. And I use a lot of different banking accounts because it makes it easier to do the automatic stuff. So I can have an account set up as Hawaii in Capital One, and I can have an account set up as emergency fund, and I can have an account set up as car insurance, because we pay our car insurance once a year. I pay for the whole year in advance, and all throughout the following year, I can put a little bit of money into that account so that at the end of the year, when it comes around every March, I can make a payment in full. Okay, so monthly money review. It doesn't have to be as complicated as mine. You don't have to use as many banks as mine, But I would recommend that you sit down and you write down every dime every single month. I get pretty picky about this. I know how much is in my PayPal account. I know how much is in my Amazon credit account. Every single account. When you return something to Amazon, it just gets put in there as like a gift balance or a credit card. A credit balance, and I don't move it. I just use it on my next Amazon purchase. But I know how much is there every single month because I write it down. Odd months in this book, even months in this book, I would encourage you do a monthly money review. Trying to think if there's anything else I'm supposed to cover here. Monthly mortgage review, do it every single month. I think it'll help you. Thanks for listening.